Hey, I'm Gaurav. Welcome to my channel. With today's topic, especially into carbon credits. In other words, what are carbon credits? How you can buy or sell them. If you're new to this channel, I'm so glad you're here. My name is Gaurav and I simplify interesting topics such as these. So if this interests you, consider subscribing to new content on my channel and ring the bell to get notified when new videos post up. So today's video is about we can have some clarification on carbon credits, which we have so much heard about. Let me simplify it for you by giving few insights. Starting with say there's a question like uh, we seek to reduce carbon footprint, right? With some carbon credit. How does it work? How? The money invested in the credit is used in developing green projects and other such as them. Quick clarification of the term we set aside quickly very early on in our video. Carbon credit, also known as carbon offsets, are permits that allow to emit a certain amount of carbon dioxide or other greenhouse gases. One credit permits the emission of 1 ton of carbon dioxide or equal in other greenhouse gases. Good. Now another sample. Say example you throw up for friends and family. You have promised yourself one important gift, carbon neutral celebration. Say 50 guests who are taking flight cars to reach your party destination, but you want them to celebrate and also be acutely aware of how the carbon footprint of the party would be. So you want to do something because many, as others would believe, that every measure we take now will matter in future. So your perfect present having a calm and climate present by buying carbon offsets online. So for climate conscious consumers who want to be green in everything from the travel, the weddings and online purchases, can do it. Globally, credits are worth nearly 2 billion, which are traded in unregulated voluntary carbon market. Almost 4 times that was in the previous year. That's around 500 million credits. It represents say 500 tons of carbon dioxide emissions that are changing hands. Now back to our party of the guests, right? You can let them know where they could easily offset a share of parties' emissions by buying carbon credit that support agroforestry, land restoration, or technology that converts waste to energy. Furthermore, the process is seamless. That's what you should have for your guests who can choose to donate to forestry projects, with everyone being able to track the projects they had put their money in. That's the key. Plus, since this thing is an in thing, it's like conversation starter also with many guests who'd want to know more since there are a lot of scams going around also, right? Also say when you decide to offset some of the carbon generated along its supply chain in say your business, how will you manage that? Because we could not find a transparent solution, right? That's the say. We need to know where the money was going, but everything would look like say a black hole. Most projects advertise carbon offsets as a solution, but disregarding the source of emissions, which is very disappointing. Similarly, others also voluntary carbon markets have struggled to win the trust of potential customers with climate campaigners criticizing the offsets as an easy way out for the polluters that want to cut their own emissions by others to pay. Remember this as we look at another scenario, right? A ton of carbon emitted will always have a higher impact than a ton of carbon absorbed or reduced. This is one of the reasons why carbon credits should not be used for offsetting. Climate action is good, but buying credit should not be seen as a get out of jail free card, right? It provides corporations with a powerful greenwashing tool. That's important. In India, they just passed new energy emission law last month that seeks to establish rules allowing government and industry to earn and trade carbon credits generated by efforts greenhouse gases on a voluntary basis. In October, we have seen Indian green energy firms and carbon offset providers teamed up to develop a carbon market aimed at helping meet India's energy transition goals. And they plan to work with the government to create a robust guidelines for that market. Now there is more awareness and transparency in the market. Coming on to more of these awareness such as concerns and green scams which have happened, carbon offsetting platforms are providing geospatial data to show what is happening on the ground. That's the progress at say forest conservation, land restoration projects, and there you can have regular updates from the source, their credits where you're getting it, as well as visiting sites to monitor work directly. Firms trying to build carbon market in India say aware consumers are the key to efforts to grow and curb the emissions. That's very key. This is as good as having checks and balances are known. Also, this is small enough to do and big enough to matter, referring to buying credits to offset your personal emissions. We are concurrently embarking on a journey in learning regarding the working and connecting people. A key step in becoming a carbon neutral studio is one simple way that we are able to help mitigate the effects of climate change and practice in a way that respects the land on which we live. And one more example, BEST, the Transport Corporation in Mumbai, has prepared a roadmap at least 45 crore per annum, and this will help curtail losses in future while at the same time ensuring 10,000 friendly e-buses are plying on the city roads. That's what they project, that there will be a reduction in CO2 emissions by over 40 lakh tons in 10 years. One carbon credit certifies and 1 metric ton of carbon dioxide has been removed. Right? Now, carbon credits are created by offsetting the carbon dioxide emissions with conservation like solar, wind, and waste conversion to energy and other technologies. The credits are then traded on both voluntary and compliance carbon market. West is planning to convert 10,000 buses to electric in the next 3-4 years. As mentioned earlier, the source of electricity should be also renewable. So West has also signed a power purchase agreement with Solar Energy Corporation of India to enable the charging of these buses using solar energy. Now for 10,000 buses, it amount to 5.5 carbon credits, right? You with me taking a value of say $10 per credit in the voluntary market. The revenue earned by BEST is expected to be 55 lakh per annum or around 45 crore per annum. In future, more carbon credits earning, BEST can purchase its own fleet of electric buses which have low running cost, right? The transport body should ideally have maximum air-conditioned buses, noiseless e-buses in its fleet because it will offer cheaper fares. They should be operated on dedicated corridors. Another one. Few do oppose the move by BEST to go carbon credits way because we are in favor of the electrification of fleet. This will reduce, say, noise pollution and other pollution to a greater extent. But going for carbon credit is not the best way for BEST. It gives an excuse to others to keep polluting because they can trade with the BEST, right? So that's one. Other companies whose emission levels of CO2 are high can purchase these carbon credits in the trading market from BEST to offset their carbon footprint. We need to reduce pollution overall. BEST electrification is just one of those measures. But BEST cannot say absorb everybody else's pollution. What we should be concerned about is the quality of air we are breathing, and this has to come down by a great deal, not by just buying and selling credits. Also, on the air pollution front, it should be ensured that the electricity for the buses should be from renewable energy and not coal, etc. At present, the buses are charged with electricity which is coming from thermal energy sources. If you would recall, just a few minutes back, Best has also signed deal with Solar Corp for that. In this context of EVs, carbon credits are generated by replacing fossil fuel-based vehicles with electrified vehicles that have significantly lower emission levels. And the source of electricity for these renewable EVs should be from less carbon intensive fuels. In the voluntary market, where companies volunteer to buy carbon offsets to meet their net zero emissions, each carbon credit could sell for say $10. Carbon markets are on the rise. Many expert bodies such as the International Monetary Fund recommend that the price for a carbon credit should be higher, say $75, if global emissions should come down. Why? It would cost wire and hit them hard. The estimates of the size of carbon credit market vary widely, but due to different regulations in each market and other, say, geographical distinction, the voluntary carbon market, consisting largely of companies that buy carbon offsets, corporate social responsibility reasons, had estimated value of 1 billion in 2021 according to the market for compliance credit related to regulatory carbon caps is substantially larger, with estimates ranging from as high as 72 billion, right? So you take these figures. So these are a few basics of what we should be aware how these carbon credits work and what you can do about it. Be sure to like and subscribe my channel for updates to this topic plus host of other topics. Beyond this, if you are interested in more of these videos, do comment below and thank you for following this video till the very end. Hope this video you can share with friends for further discussions also.